Welcome to Tammy K's Kids. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for being here today. Today we are going to learn the 4 main things a plant needs to grow big and strong. First, it will need sunlight. Sunlight provides energy through photosynthesis, allowing plants to make their own food, glucose, and grow. Second, it will need water. Water helps transport nutrients from the soil to the plant. It's also essential for photosynthesis and keeps the plant cells firm. Third, it will need air. Plants absorb carbon dioxide from the air to use in photosynthesis, which is how they produce energy. Fourth, it will need nutrients from soil. Nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium help with root development, leaf growth, and overall plant health. Together, these 4 things give plants the energy, support, and building blocks they need to grow strong and healthy. Let me tell you about the life cycle of a plant. As the sprout grows taller, its roots spread out beneath the soil, gathering nutrients and water from its surroundings. Next, the flower releases pollen into the air, facilitating fertilization as it interacts with pollinators like bees. Finally, the seed pod bursts open, releasing seeds that scatter across the ground, ready to begin the cycle anew. In this cycle of growth, each plant contributes to the ecosystem, providing shade, shelter, and nourishment for various forms of life. As leaves fall and decay, they enrich the soil, nurturing new plants that spring forth, continuing the cycle of life in nature. People nurture this cycle through gardening, caring for plants to ensure their growth and beauty, harmonizing with nature. This interconnectedness is essential. Water sources like ponds support plants and roots, anchor them firmly while seeking nutrients. Rainstorms play a crucial role in this cycle, providing the essential water that plants need to thrive, often leading to beautiful moments like rainbows. Through education and community involvement, people inspire future generations to appreciate and contribute to the life cycle of plants. Seeds lie dormant in the soil, waiting for the perfect conditions to awaken them. And when the time is right, water penetrates their hard exterior, signaling the beginning of germination. As the seed absorbs moisture, it swells and breaks open, allowing the root known as the radicle to push downward, anchoring itself into the soil. With the root established, the seedling begins its journey upward, reaching for the light as the leaves unfold and prepare for photosynthesis. As days pass, the seedling gains strength, drawing nutrients from the soil while the sun's rays nourish its growth, marking the transition from a dormant seed to a thriving plant. The young plant roots dig deeper into the soil, creating a robust foundation that supports its ongoing development while interacting with beneficial organisms in the environment. With consistent care, sunlight, and water, the once tiny seed transforms into a flourishing plant, exhibiting its full potential as it reaches for the sky. In this remarkable journey, the seed not only grows into a plant, but also contributes to the ecosystem, bearing flowers, fruits, and ultimately creating new seeds for future generations. Here's how it works. 1. Pollination. How do pollinators help plants grow? Pollinators help plants grow by transferring pollen from one flower to another, which is essential for plant reproduction. 2. Pollen transfer. 3. Fertilization. When a pollinator, like a bee, butterfly, hummingbird, or even the wind, visits a flower to collect nectar or pollen, it brushes against the flower's reproductive parts and picks up pollen from the male part, anther. This transfer allows fertilization to happen, which means the plant can produce seeds and fruits. 4. Growth of a new plant. The pollinator then carries that pollen to another flower where some of it rubs off onto the female part, stigma, of that flower. The seeds from pollinated flowers grow into new plants, helping the plant population grow and thrive. They're a key part of healthy ecosystem. Without pollinators, many plants wouldn't be able to reproduce, and we would have fewer flowers, fruits, and vegetables. Here is a step-by-step guide on how to start a garden. The first step is to choose a suitable location for your garden, ensuring it receives plenty of sunlight. Next, prepare the soil by turning it over and loosening it to create a healthy environment for your plants. After preparing the soil, select the seeds or seedlings that you wish to grow based on your preferences and climate. Begin planting by sowing the seeds or transplanting seedlings into the prepared soil, following the recommended spacing guidelines. Once planted, water the seeds thoroughly to keep the soil moist, promoting healthy germination and growth. As your plants begin to grow, monitor their progress closely and ensure they receive enough sunlight and water. Regularly tend to your garden by weeding and removing any debris that can hinder the growth of your plants. To boost your plant's growth, apply organic fertilizer as needed to provide essential nutrients throughout the growing season. Once your plants are mature, it's time to harvest the fruits of your labor and enjoy the delicious bounty from your garden. Enjoy your harvest by creating delicious meals, sharing with family and friends, and celebrating the rewards of your gardening efforts. Finally, take time to reflect on your gardening experience. Jot down notes for improvements and plan for an even better garden next season.